Earth's lower atmosphere is expanding due to climate change. The atmosphere is rising because of climate change, according to what a new study is showing. Weather balloons measurements taken in the northern hemisphere over the past 40 years reveal that the lowest layer of Earth's atmosphere, called the troposphere, has been expanding upwards at a rate of 164 feet per decade, and the climate change is the cause, according to the findings published November 5th in journal Science Advances. This is an ambiguous sign of changing atmospheric structure, study co-author Bill Randall, the scientist at the National Center for Atmospheric Research in Boulder, Colorado, said in his statement. These results provide independent confirmation, in addition to all the other evidence of climate change, that greenhouse gases are altering our atmosphere, he said. The troposphere is the layer of the atmosphere we live and breathe in. It extends from sea level to a height ranging to about 4.3 miles or 7 kilometers above the poles to 12.4 miles or 20 kilometers above the tropics. As the layer of atmosphere that contains the most heat and moisture, it's almost where a lot of atmospheric weather occurs. Air in the atmosphere expands when it's hot and contracts when it's cold, so the troposphere's upper boundary, called the Tropopause, naturally shrinks and expands with the changing of the seasons. But by analyzing atmospheric data such as pressure, temperature, and humidity taken between 20 and 80 degrees north latitude, and pairing with GPS data, researchers showed that as increasing quantities of greenhouse gases trap more heat in the atmosphere, the tropopause is rising higher than ever before. What's more, the rate of the rise seems to be increasing. According to the study, while the tropopause rose roughly 164 feet per decade between 1980 and the year 2000, that increase rose to 174 feet per decade between 2001 and 2020. Taking into account natural events in their region of study, such as 2 volcanic eruptions in the 1980s and the late 1990s, and the periodic Pacific warming El Nino in the 1990s, the researchers estimated that human activity nonetheless accounted for 80% of the total increase in atmospheric height. Climate change is not the only human-made driver for the rising tropopause. The stratosphere, the layer above the troposphere, is also shrinking thanks to the past release of ozone-depleting gases. These gases shrank the stratosphere through the destruction of the stratospheric ozone layer, although restrictions against their emission in more recent years have caused the atmospheric concentrations of these gases to decline. Scientists are still not sure how a rising tropopause will influence the climate or our weather, although it can force planes to fly higher in the atmosphere to avoid turbulence, of course. The study captures 2 important ways that humans are changing the atmosphere, Randall said. The height of the tropopause is being increasingly affected by emissions of greenhouse gases, even as society has successfully stabilized conditions in the stratosphere by restricting ozone-destroying chemicals. This was originally published on Live Science by Ben Turner. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.